So he's talking about feeling better than he's felt before. This is a guy who he put up MVP numbers last year. Is Joe Burrow ready to have the best year of his career?
Well, they've had all sorts of issues going into every season, whether it's been an injury with Joe Burrow, whether it's been Jamar Chase holding out. They got the Trey Hendrickson issue solved early enough that you'd like to think it wouldn't be that much of an impact. But there has not been a team in the league that has started slower over the last few years than Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Right.
They've been atrocious. Last year, they were everybody's Week 1 survivor pick at home against the New England Patriots and wound up losing to the Patriots, who were one of the worst teams in the league last year. Again, we're talking about teams with pressure. There's pressure on everybody. But the Bengals feel the pressure of having to start strong and quick because it's just what they haven't done with Joe Burrow playing quarterback.
We'll know by week 2 if the Bengals are for real this year.
What does that mean?
They play the Browns week 1 and the Jags week 2. If the defense,
barn burners.
If the defense doesn't show improvement in those 2 games, we know that this season is going to end up very similar to what it did last year. If the defense improves and they gave up like 26 a game, I'm just asking you guys to give up like 23. If they can shave a field goal off, then this team is going to be a contender in the playoffs and absolutely in the Super Bowl. Just understand this. This is a Super Bowl or bust organization right now with the quarterback and the receivers and the pass rusher. It just is when you have a guy like that. This defense was atrocious last year. It's looked equally as bad this preseason. We will know through week 2. If they look improved significantly against those 2 opponents, then they're here to have the conversation this year. If they struggle against those 2 opponents, it's going to be a long season again.
You definitely don't want to waste the talent of Joe Burrow. And for him to say my body's in a place it hasn't been in the past couple of years, like no one's ever questioned Joe Burrow and what he's going to put as a product on the field. The question is going to remain with the defense. We talked about Trey Hendrickson. They got the first-round pick out of Texas A&M. He's in a holdout, which is crazy because the CBA is kind of slotted at this point. He might go to A&M, he might not. Like the defense has to take a step for them to be contenders.
Yeah, I mean, maybe multiple steps, and certainly we'll see again. It's a game. The Browns always play them tough historically, so we'll see right now. Everyone
they lost them 2 years ago.
Cincinnati. Yeah, I mean they lose to the Browns. That division, weird things tend to happen. We'll see everyone riding Cincinnati. Let's go to the next game, and that will be Aaron Rodgers and company. Aaron Rodgers, Dan, who has more receiving yards this weekend? Will it be DK Metcalf or Garrett Wilson?
I'm going DK Metcalf. One, because the Steelers secondary is absolutely ridiculous. But 2, DK still remains one of the best vertical receivers in the NFL, and I expect him to throw the football downfield in one-on-one situations. He's top 5 and top 6 in receptions and yards and touchdowns when it comes to throwing the ball downfield. Aaron Rodgers still does that at an incredibly high level. I'm going DK Metcalf.
Yeah, so Aaron Rodgers, of course, facing off against one of his former teams. It'll get a lot more attention when he plays Green Bay a little later in the season. But right now, he says he's not fazed at all by facing his former team in the Jets.
Aaron, is there anything more for you opening up against the Jets at all, or is it just like another regular season game?
Yeah, it's week 1.
How much are you keeping in touch with them, or have you kept in touch with them or anybody else in the organization?
I'm not going to tell you that.
What'll be the emotion for you walking into MetLife on Sunday?
I'll just be excited for week 1.
You were laughing as you were hearing that.
We had conversations about Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. That's as Bill Belichick as it gets. He doesn't care about the noise right now. There is so much conversation revolving around Aaron Rodgers the last 3-4 years. Now it's really died down quite a bit. It's ramping up. Obviously, he's going to play his ex-team. This is a game that Aaron Rodgers is going to go scorched earth. If he's going to go off, I agree with DK Metcalf. He's going to have an insane game.
If you put the picks up on the screen, let's see if we were able to put in what Taylor actually said. I was reading your notes last night. Everyone here is picking the Steelers except me, and I think you said Steelers by $1 million.
Yeah, Steelers by $1 million. Listen, the Powerball right now, I believe it's at $1.4 billion. Your boy went out to a 7-Eleven yesterday, got $1,000 with Powerball. I had more confidence in winning that Powerball than I do in the Jets beating the Steelers.
Wow.
Yeah, Jets got. But that being said, Jets fans, listen, you subscribe, rate 5 stars. Like I need you on the show a little bit. Like I apologize. We're having fun here. Go ahead, Will.
Jets got to hope the plane doesn't make it. Now, when it comes to Aaron Rodgers, this man could have retired. He's had a Hall of Fame career, and he's choosing to come back. The dude finds a way to build a boulder on his shoulder. I think this is a personal game for him. I think every game is going to be personal for him. I got Aaron Rodgers throwing for 4,000. I don't think it's a question of DK Metcalf or Garrett Wilson. I think it's who's throwing the ball, and I got my money on Aaron Rodgers.
So much is personal with him. And if we think back to last offseason, wasn't Aaron Rodgers the one who said that the Jets made me fly back to New Jersey on my dime, only to fire me, right? And
Couple-minute conversation, passive aggression.
He
hit a Zoom
like,
link.
He sounded like he was open, if not interested, in returning to the Jets. And Aaron Glenn, the new head coach of the Jets, wanted no part of that. And the Jets moved on from Aaron Rodgers. It's clear that that's going to be in his memory bank. And I got to tell you, it's clear with Aaron Glenn, too, because when he talked about playing the Steelers this week and all the challenges they presented, he didn't mention Aaron Rodgers' name. He talked about the quarterback, talked about what might be difficult, but never said Aaron Rodgers.
So the feelings are the feelings. Let me ask you this question. The Steelers, we've already had over here, we think the Steelers are going to win the division. A lot of people think they're going to be good, and so do you. The Jets, I think, are going to try and do something that I'm not sure you can do in the NFL, and that is run their way to wins.
Yeah.
Can you, in the modern National Football League, I mean, the last time the New York Jets made the playoffs, it was those Rex Ryan ground and pound teams, but they had the #1 defense in the league, and they had a great offensive line. Can a one-dimensional, if they're going to try and be that, can that work in the NFL in 2025?
I don't think it gets you into the playoffs, no, unless the defense plays well above their skis. Like, I would tell you in this game specifically, Greeny, if I were the Jets, I would try to run the football 50 times.
They're going to every game.
I'm not trying to be hyperbolic there. I mean, that's Tanner Engstrand, the new offensive coordinator, comes from Detroit. Detroit ran it about 30 times a game. Justin had 10 carries a game as a starter. Like, I would expect 10 to 15 carries for Justin Fields himself. So it's their best path to success. It's obviously a small margin for error. In this game, I would try to run it 50 times. I don't think that's the way to get into the playoffs, but I do think it makes them weekly competitive.
They're going to play football like it's 1950 all over again. The issue will be if the Jets fall behind 14-0 or 2 scores.
Right.
They fall behind 2 scores, then it gets really interesting.
Let me get one more game in here super quickly. Taylor,
Yes.
who will have more rushing yards on Sunday, Jayden Daniels or the entire New York Giants football team?
You got to go with the New York Giants entire football team. They rushed for 104.3 yards per game last year. The Washington Commanders, I think, were last in the league in rush defense. You got to assume they're going to probably get a little bit better for the Commanders, but not that much better. Also, the Boy Scatterboo. Shout out ASU.
We'll make this quick here, but Shefty, for those of you just joining us, you have been telling us, and you don't make official picks, but you have been telling me for weeks you like the Giants a lot.
And I know the schedule's tough, and I know they've got quarterback questions. I just think this team with the defense it's built, the back end of the defense has talent. I think they're going to be a tougher out than people are expecting. They've been so bad for so long. So I'm not saying all that much when I say I think they're going to be better. But I think on Sunday, they're going to give the Commanders all they can handle.
Can I get a quick? You don't make official picks?
No.
So can you say something nice about the Commanders? Because you've been talking up the Giants now like they're going to be surprising.
The Commanders last year, I felt the same way about the Commanders last year that I did the Giants this year. And the Commanders have maybe the best young quarterback in all of football.